For these small catch-all trays, I'm doing them in 3 sizes. This one here is 6 by 12, and then this one is 8 by 12, and this one is 10 by 12. And I'm going to be doing this with hand sewing, but you're welcome to use a sewing machine. I'm going to use the sashiko thread for the top stitching along the edge, and I'm going to use this sewing thread to do all of the sewing. You'll also need a needle and some clips to hold the piece when you're sewing, a ruler, a pencil, and some small scissors. For this sewing tutorial, I'm not going to show you how I sew all the different sizes. I'm going to just show it to you on the middle piece. So the widths are all different. That's how you kind of determine the length of the piece, and the height of all the pieces are 12. So what you're going to do first is you're going to take your fabric and you're going to fold it with the good sides facing each other, and you want to sew it where the 12 inches is the height. You're going to fold it right in half, and then you're going to take your ruler and you're going to measure a seam allowance of 3/8 of an inch. And if you're doing this on the sewing machine, you would do exactly the same. You might not need to mark it first, and you're going to just draw a line across there. So you're just going to mark your line, and when you're sewing, leave a little bit of an opening to turn it good sides out. So I think that's like a good distance. It's around 3 inches wide. When you're hand sewing this, you might want to just clip the sides just to hold the 2 layers together. When I do a lot of hand sewing, I like to wear a needle puller on my fingers just to kind of help to pull the needle, as well as just kind of keeps my fingers from getting tired. When I hand sew, I like to start kind of in a little tiny bit, just in case I need to trim the fabric. And I'm just doing a simple running stitch across. I like to do another stitch just to kind of back tack the beginning. And then I'm doing them pretty small just to kind of keep them nice and neat. Make sure that you don't pull it too tight. You don't want any tension. And you're going to sew right up till that mark. Then what I would do is just sort of do a couple stitches, almost like a double tacking it. And then doing a finishing knot where you just put the needle through the loop. You might want to do a second one just to make sure. And then I would start and sew this side and do it exactly the same way. Both sides here are sewn. What you're going to do is open it up, and then you could press this open flat, the seam. Now you want this seam to be right in the center. I went ahead and I pressed the seam flat. I just find it easier to work with when the seam is flat. And it's in the center. It's roughly 2 3/4 from the middle line here. So I think that will work. What you're going to do now is you're going to flip this over, and you're going to mark the seam allowance on both ends here. So the same, 3/8 of an inch. and then you're going to flip it back over, and then you're going to fold this up to the edge of the seam here, and then you're going to just take one of the clips and you're going to clip it to keep it folded. You're going to do that for both sides. This may seem like a lot of fabric to hand sew, but it's still doable. And like I said, if you want, you can use a sewing machine if you have one. And then what you're going to do is you're going to sew along that line there. And then if you want to, you can continue that drawn line onto the seam, but you can just do it by eye. So as you turn it good sides out, so we're going to open up seam here and pull the piece through. And as you turn it good sides out, so where the seam is right there, that's going to be the edge of your tray. So you're going to, it doesn't matter which side, but you're going to push one side inside the tray. So you're just going to have to kind of just sort of push itself out. And you can see the bottom here, one side of the seam. So just pull everything out and just kind of push it out till the tray is formed. So there it is. And then the last step is to do a top stitch right along the edge here. And I'm going to use the sashiko thread. And then I would press this as well. It'll kind of give it a nice edging. So that's our little container. That's what it looks like from the back. Oops, this needs to be pushed out a bit. So that's what it looks like from the bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to do the top stitch along here and then give it a little press, and then I'll show you what all three of them look like. When I do the top stitching with a sashiko thread, I start by sticking the needle inside that opening so that I could hide the knot. And I'm doing it pretty close to the top edge. And so I'm just doing like a running stitch. And I just like how it gives it like a nice little decorative detail. But if you prefer not doing this step, you can just close that opening using a blind stitch, or you can just top stitch with your sewing machine. So there's lots of options. And I also pressed this, and that kind of gave it a nice little bit of structure. So I'm going to go around and stitch this on the edge, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. So here are the finished catch-all trays. The larger one here is good for, you know, bigger tools like your scissors and pens and things like that. I used the little one here for the small clips. And then this size that we worked on, you can put your threads or any other little small things that you're working on. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.